Hello everyone, bit of information about a couple of events today. There were two relevant games that happened in regards to the Bombers. There was a VFL game down at the Hangar, a bit of a practice game actually between Essendon and Hawthorn. There was also a Coates League game, that's the Under-18s League between Calder Cannons and Northern Knights, and that's relevant because the Calder Cannons features a couple of the academy prospects that you might have heard about, Adam Sweid and Hussein El Achkar. So we'll get into that, and I've got some vision of that match and of those two players that I thought you guys might like and appreciate, because everyone wants to see what these two players, at least one of whom, and maybe both, could be on Essendon's list next year. The VFL game first, down at the Hangar. This actually wasn't a proper VFL game. This was a practice game. There's a bye this week, and the week after there's a representative game in the VFL. So there's actually 2 weeks where there's no games on for the Bombers' official VFL side. So they wanted obviously a bit of a hit out, as you do. Obviously players who are playing in the reserves need to show their wares and they need to be able to prove how good they are. So they organised a hit out with the Hawks down at the Hangar. And it was a draw 54-54. Brad Scott actually said he prefers this because a normal VFL game actually is a competition game that, you know, if you're playing it, you're playing to win. It's a competition that has a final series and you get to a grand final and you're trying to win a premiership. So Brad Scott might want players to play in the VFL for a half, or he might want someone to play on half back, and the coach of the VFL wants them to play in the middle or in the forward line or something. Yes, it's true that the coach of the VFL side, Cameron Joyce, will do the bidding of Brad Scott if he wants to play players in certain positions. That's probably what he will do. But at the end of the day, it still is a competition game that you're still trying to win. So it doesn't quite give you the flexibility that you do when you're playing practice games like we did today. But that wasn't the case today. It was just a hit out and it went for about 60 minutes. You could play 4 quarters, 5 quarters, 6 quarters. Well, there wouldn't be quarters if there were 6 of them, would they? There'd be 6. But you can just play a shorter game. You could have 20 on the bench. You can do whatever you want. You can play players in different positions, and it doesn't really matter what the result of the match is. You're just looking at the output of the players and their prospects. So it ended up being a draw, 54-54. Peter Wright kicked 3 goals. It's good return to form for him. We want to see him do well. There's been a little bit of talk that he's on the outer this year, but of course with the injury to Tom Edwards and of course Kyle Langford out of the side, at least temporarily, there's always that opportunity for Peter to come back into the side. Cale Jarron and Archer Day Wicks both got goals. Archer Day Wicks was very good apparently, but Zak Johnson continues to shine. Zak Johnson is one of those players that, you know, he's got the offensive side of his game. He's just a silky skilled player. If anyone has, I implore people to go have a look at the vision of Zak Johnson if you can find some on YouTube. He's really, really good. And a lot of people think he's the steal of the draft at pick 70. He had a bad injury a little over 12 months ago, which meant he couldn't go to the draft combine, which meant he fell a bit lower in the draft than what he normally would. And he was really, really good. Reece Unwin was pretty good. Vigo Vicentini showed a little bit. But the scores in the match were 8-6-54 apiece. Jaden Laverty played in the match and he played pretty well apparently, as did Todd Goldstein. So it was good for these players to get a little bit of a hit out. Perfect conditions down there today in order to give them a good preparation in order to possibly get back into the senior side, as we saw Setterfield did, of course, this week based on his good performance in the VFL. So I'm going to show you guys a bit of some footage of Adam Sweid and Hussein El Achkar now, just from the Coates League. Just before we get to it, just a little bit of summary on them. Both of them are academy players. Both of them are linked to Essendon. Essendon has the rights to pick those players up in the draft if they're selected by someone else. Essendon can match those bids. They're expected, both those players, to be somewhere in the second round, 20 to 40. But Adam Sweid has started the season with 2 games with a total of 170 ranking points. That's what we call, the Supercoach points in both games so far. And this was the 3rd game today. So he had 26 disposals, 16 contested, 5 clearances, 7 tackles, 6 score involvements last week. And then in week 1, he had 25 disposals, 5 clearances, and kicked 2 goals against the Oakley Chargers. So he's 175 centimetres. He's a midfield forward. In this particular match today, he was playing pretty much mainly on ball and playing at all centre bounces. So I'll just show you a little bit of that right now. If you like this content, please consider hitting the like and subscribe buttons. It will ensure you never miss a video. It only takes 1 second to do so. I'd really appreciate it if you could just do that right now. So I took this footage with my mobile phone and I was filming the streaming of it on the TV. The reason I did that was because I can zoom in. As you can see, I can zoom in like that, which you can't really do. That was El Achkar kicking it to Sweid. El Achkar was the right footer kicking it, and then Sweid is lining up for a shot at goal. That way, even though the quality's not as good, I can sort of zoom in like I'm doing now and sort of focus in on the player when it's a bit difficult when you're just, copying the regular footage and you got all these players and no one knows who they are. He actually kicks this one. He actually misses it. I don't think it scores. But yeah, so Sweid is a small forward, and every centre bounce that he was not on the bench, it looked like he was at the centre bounce from what I could gather anyway. And in the first quarter, I reckon he had about 10 possessions. I was counting. It's a bit hard. I didn't get any stats from out of the game. Although El Achkar kicked 3 goals in this game. You can see he's missing a shot there. El Achkar kicked 3 goals in this game and was listed amongst the best players. Sweid was definitely one of the best players in the first quarter. I mean, he absolutely dominated in that. Here he's number 23. So 23 is Sweid. He gets the ball and then gets the quick hand pass out. You can see there. So I tried to get as much footage of him here as we can. There he is laying a tackle. Number 23, so 23 is Sweid. Most of these are of Sweid. He got more of the ball than El Achkar, but El Achkar did kick the 3 goals. I got some footage of El Achkar kicking a goal. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, by the way. Someone can correct me. So there's Sweid there, number 23. You can see they're grabbing the ball out of the ruck there. All right. He's got good ball sense, good skills. That's El Achkar, number 2. Good vision, spinning it out. Went to the wrong play, but spinning it out of the tackle and got the hand pass away. So both of these are exciting prospects. Both of these were expected to go mid-draft, but as the performance of each goes up, that was Sweid getting the hand pass. And there he is again. There he is, Sweid. And he gets it back for a third. Okay, so he's now he's running off to the bench. So he's a hard running player. They say he's a midfield forward, but like in this game, he wasn't really playing forward. I mean, he was moving forward as a midfielder, but he wasn't actually playing in the forward line. He was really playing as a midfielder and around all the contests. There he is again there. As you can see, just talking, basically, he's giving some commentary over the top of it. I just thought it was easier to sort of film it and zoom in on my phone, even though the quality wouldn't be as good for you guys. I thought it might just be better. So this game was a 5-point win to the Northern Knights. Calder was behind most of the game and had a shot after the siren, would you believe, that hit the post, which would have drawn the game from one of the young players. I'm not sure who it was that did that. But, so Northern Knights won this. There is Sweid there getting the ball. So there we go again, in and under, getting the ball out. Looks like he's got the ability to win the hard ball as well as get it loose. There he is on the left foot as well. So able to use both sides of the body. So this is an exciting prospect for us. And look, everyone said he was going to go maybe late second round. But I mean, if he continues this kind of form, he will probably go first round. Now, obviously, there's a long way to go in the season. It's only just started. There he is, number 23. The season only just started. And obviously performances can change. We don't know, but I mean, look, if you keep getting 170 ranking points in each week, then you are going to be a first round pick. There's no doubt about it. But whether he will get that 170 ranking points per week, well, I doubt that will happen. That is now. This is El Achkar, number 2. This is one of his 3 goals. So both these guys are academy prospects and will be possibly. One of them or possibly both of them will be lining up for the Bombers next year. So this will be an exciting addition to our forward line. If we can get these 2 players, they both look really good from what I've seen, and I've been watching them pretty closely. They both look like they're exciting prospects. So this is the last bit of the footage. Just thought you guys might appreciate a bit of vision, even though it is a bit scratchy. Okay. There's Sweid, number 23. There he is again getting the ball. Okay, so that's it. That's all the footage I've got. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope that it gives you some excitement for what could be for 2026 for the Bombers. So pretty relevant day. We've got the seniors playing tonight. I'm uploading this, or I'm narrating this as we speak at around 4 p.m. So I hope to get the video up before the Essendon Melbourne match today, but this is a bit of a snapshot of what we could be seeing from 2026 onwards from 2 of our young players who continue to perform well every single week. So I'll leave it at there. I'll leave it at that. Hope you guys have a great day. And as always, go Bombers.